It's 2022 and we about to go crazy! I got the first beater box of the year. This one is bound to be an absolute banger. $1,100 box that after taxes and shipping came out to $1,243. Let's find out what's inside. Welcome back to the channel for another exciting beater box opening. This beater box is from Sole Supremacy and cost me $1,100. After $25 shipping and handling, $118.25 in taxes, the total of the box came out to $1,243.25. We're starting off the year with a relatively high tier box, and I am pumped to find out what's inside because recently my inventory has been running low. Without further ado, let's cut into this box and find out what we got inside. It's actually been about 2.5 months since I last ordered a beater box. The last 6 boxes that I got were all for SneakerCon Boston, and of course you can see the openings for those boxes in previous videos on the channel, so be sure to take a look at those if you haven't already. This is the first box of 2022. Let's hop in and see what we got. See a lot of Jumpmen in this box, and the first pair, which is a pair of Lucy's, is definitely a pair of Jordans. First pair out, some Jordan 11 Jubilees. Woo! This is a nice pair right here. This is in really good condition. To be completely honest with you, the soles of this pair do not look like they have been worn, but on the uppers there's like a whole bunch of scuff marks and divots on the midsoles. So I don't really know what that's all about because quite honestly the outsoles look completely unworn. It's really hard to judge the actual condition of these. There's like no creasing on the patent and the bottoms do not look worn at all. It's just the scuffing on the uppers and the divot marks on the midsoles. I have no idea how a shoe like this would have gotten divot marks like they have, and they seem to be a lot more scuffed up than they should be, so I don't really know what's going on with them. Size 12, Air Jordan 11 Jubilees. Good pickup right here. These things are selling really nicely for me as of lately. Really weird to see all of the flaws without seeing any sort of discernible wear from the actual outsoles of the shoes. Now it looks like every single pair in this box has a box. Next up, a size 10.5 Jordan 3 Retro. Not the pair you want to see. We got some Wolf Grays right here. Luckily, they do come with the original hang tag, which is nice. Jordan 3 Wolf Grays are definitely a pair that I personally really like, but the issue is they just never end up selling that well for me. I've had these a few times, and every single time I've had them, they've ended up selling for a lot less than I expect them to, and they also take a lot longer to sell than I expect them to. This pair is in pretty gently worn condition. There's no star loss on the bottom and pretty minimal heel drag. The midsoles are in very good condition. They have no flaws other than just being a little bit dirty, which is nice. And the uppers are actually looking really good too. There's no scuff marks, very minimal dirt. These things are in pretty good condition overall. Unfortunately, it's just not one of the most popular colorways for a Jordan 3, but it's still a really solid shoe, and Jordan 3s are definitely always a big attraction on the table. So even though I don't expect that they're gonna sell for all that much money, it's still nice to have a pair of Jordan 3s in the collection because who doesn't like a nice pair of Jordan 3s? Size 10.5 Wolf Gray Jordan 3s with OG all. This beater box is like chock full of Jordans. So I'm gonna pull out another Jumpman box. And here I have another size 10.5 Jordan 3. Oh, the box label was actually very deceptive. I thought for sure I was getting some fire red 3s. Nope, we got those Hall of Fame or Katrina 3s, depending on what you prefer to call them. This is another pair of Jordan 3s that for me doesn't always sell for quite as much money as I expect them to. But again, a pair of Jordan 3s is always nice to have on display at events. They tend to sell for a halfway reasonable amount of money, even if it's not quite as much as I typically expect. These are in very lightly worn condition. Again, very minimal star loss on them, if any at all, and just a little bit of heel drag. The bottoms definitely have a bit of dirt on them, but they should be really easy to clean up. Looking at the midsoles a little bit more closely, there doesn't appear to be any sort of significant defects with the midsole paint, and the uppers are looking pretty solid as well. Little bit of yellowing on the tabs on the back, but otherwise these things are in really great condition and just need a quick clean down and they will be looking really, really nice. Being that these are a size 10.5 and are in pretty similarly worn condition as the Wolf Grays, I'd imagine that they gotta be coming from the same seller. Size 10.5, Jordan 3 Katrinas, or Hall of Fames, depending on how you want to look at it. Again, lightly worn condition, original all. More Jordan boxes on the way, so let's figure out what's inside. Now I have a size 11, and this says Jordan 6 on the box. Okay. Again, not another crazy heater pair. We got a pair of Jordan 6 in the maroon colorway. These have this kind of off-white leather to them with maroon highlights and accents. You can tell based off of the pull tabs on these shoes and the pods on these shoes that they have definitely yellowed. They're definitely not beat by any stretch of the imagination, and they still have a lot of life left in them. The soles are gonna definitely need a really good cleaning. I'm gonna have to definitely put in some TLC to get these things looking back to primetime condition. They're a pretty solid pair of shoes and the materials are actually pretty nice. We got a pair of the 2015 Air Jordan 6 Maroons, and these are again in a size 11 with OG all. So far, I'm 4 pairs down in this box. I got 3 more pairs to go. Let's find out what's inside. Another Jordan box right here, size 11.5. This also says Jordan 11. There we go. That's a good pair to get. That's what I like to see out of a box like this. So here we have a pair of the Jordan 11 Concords. These are actually the most recent release. You can tell by the high cut patent and the 45 that is on the heel of the shoe. These dropped in 2018 and are an absolute classic Jordan 11. These are in lightly worn condition. They still have a ton of life left in them. There's very minimal heel drag and the tread actually looks absolutely amazing on this pair. Well, I do need to scrub them down a little bit. Whoever owned these before definitely kept them in really good condition, and you can tell based off of the lack of creasing on the patent leather and the lack of creasing on the midsoles that they wore them very, very carefully. This pair is in really, really good condition, and after a quick scrub down, these things are gonna be looking back to 100% again and are gonna be looking really nice. I'll be honest, I was a little bit worried with what I had opened from this box so far, but this pair of Concords right here is definitely a step in the right direction, and they're looking in crazy, crazy good condition. So I'm excited to have pulled this pair out of the box. Definitely something nice to throw on the shelves, and I'm glad to have them in inventory. Concord 11s from 2018, and these are again in a size 11.5 with OG all. 2 more pairs left to go. Let's find out what's at the bottom. Something a little bit different for you guys. It is not a Jordan box. This is a Nike Air Force 1 box, size 10.5. Hey, and these are a bright ass pair right here. Here we have a Nike Air Force 1 from the Just Do It pack. These are again in a size 10.5 with OG all. Has this cool little Just Do It hang tag. Obviously, the traditional Air Force 1 is a very minimal shoe with very little as far as logos or branding is concerned. Now these are also in pretty lightly worn condition, very minimal star loss if any, and very minimal heel drag as well. These actually look a lot better on the heels than some of the other pairs do that we've pulled so far. Well, this certainly isn't my style of shoe. I know that there are a lot of people out there that really like this style of shoe, and quite honestly, I got a funny feeling that these things are gonna sell pretty quickly. We got the Nike Air Force 1, Just Do It, size 10.5, OG all. And now for the last pair in this box. It's another Jordan box, definitely not something to be mad about. And I got another size 11.5, Jordan 11 Retro. Oh, and based off the box, this is gonna be a good one. Woo! And it is Jordan 11 Space Jams. Ooh, and these are looking nice and crispy. So this is the most recent release of the Space Jam from 2016. This specific pair is in really good condition. There is some slight creasing on the patent leather along the medial toe box area, but the rest of the patent leather actually looks really good throughout the entire shoe, minus a scuff on the lateral portion of the right shoe on the patent leather. The midsoles are looking absolutely superb with minimal creasing to speak of, and the outsoles are looking absolutely amazing. This was an awesome way to end the box. Couple pairs of Jordan 11s in there definitely more than make up some of the value of this box, and the Space Jams are definitely one of the most iconic Jordan 11s of all time, so I know that these are gonna sell really fast. Size 11, original box, original insert, can't go wrong with a pair of Space Jams. Overall, this was a very solid box with a pretty even spread of kicks. I was kind of hoping that we get one or two pairs that were gonna be absolute bangers, but can't really get mad when you have a whole bunch of Jordans in there. I would definitely say that this box is worth its value, and a bunch of these pairs are actually gonna move relatively quickly, which is gonna help me to make that money back real fast. I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say about this box though. So make sure that you let me know what you think in the comments below. If you guys liked this video, please take just an extra moment to like the video and subscribe to the channel. All of that sort of support helps me to continue to push this channel forward, and it would mean the world to me if you guys were able to just take an extra moment to click a couple of buttons to help to support the channel. If you're curious to find out all of the inventory that I have for sale right now, you can find that at www.sailboatsupplies.xyz, and you can also find me on social media at Sailboat Supplies. As per usual, appreciate all of you guys that stuck around until the cold, bitter end of this video. Your support means the world to me. I'm Sailboat, and I'm out of here.